Hey guys, you know how that thing happens where every 2 years, like some fly-by-night toy company will come up with some revolutionary laser tag system using cheap components that you play with in the backyard, and then within a few weeks we've all forgotten about them. Well, today's video isn't going to be like that because this is a real laser tag company making an at-home system. And I'm pretty excited to get it outside, give it a test, see how it plays, and there are a lot of features that I wanted to discuss as I unbox it that makes it very evident that this company is making a just superior quality product. But before we take it outside, I want to assemble it, I want to unbox it, and I want to talk about how it's sort of a real subversion of themes. It's actually a very interesting video because if you saw this on the shelf, it looks like the cheapest laser tag blasters you've ever seen that are very expensive because it uses this kind of interesting proprietary skin system to hot swap weapons onto a base that they're using. And the reason that it's not just another thing to forget about is that this is the first time a laser tag system has been made by a real laser tag company, which is to say that Swaptx has been produced and built from the ground up by the company that supplies most commercial laser tag arenas. So if in the last 10 years you've been to any sort of engaging laser tag experience, that is to say not the 80-pound vest that you run around in at like, you know, that 40-year-old bowling alley down the street, but like a real laser tag experience simulating, you know, any sort of realism with solenoids and, you know, like variable rates of fire and objectives and what have you. This is the system by which those have been sold and used. And just for perspective, if you had any experience doing the special Halo Outpost events where they had simulated like Halo combat, that was these guys as well. So when they reached out and they wanted me to try a mobile version of their system that's not necessarily designed to be locked down to a commercial arena, but is designed to be used at like parties and cul-de-sac battles or friend groups or colleges, or maybe even say like a Nerf group, I was like, okay, it's been a while since we've had pretty good at-home laser tag, and the technology has evolved a lot, largely because of this company. And I'm like, I would definitely be interested. Wait, what? Cardboard skins? And so that's going to be the real sort of interesting thing in this video is this system is tried and true and should be very compelling. You'll see that inside here we've got instructions. We have a receiver that's actually a head-mounted receiver, and this changes up a lot about laser tag. If you've ever played in like a traditional arena with the vest, you could turn sideways, strafe opponents, peek out of cover, and like really protect your hitbox. Something about having your control system attached to the control system means that it's a lot more fair. Anytime you are able to see an opponent, you are also able to be shot, which is sort of how shooting sports have always worked. That's why when you peek in paintball, your mask gets splattered. And then the actual quality of the system, the brain for the blaster technology is pretty good. You've got an active reload button down here. You've got these iron sights up top, which aren't really iron sights because they're going to be covered by the skins, which are going to hit this chip system up here and allow you to sort of build a new gun on top and give you these variable rates. So these are pulled pretty much straight out of video game land. We've got the Evolver skin that turns it into a pistol is sort of the average of everything. Lots of range, minimum ammo, medium damage, medium rate of fire. Then you've got the sniper rifle with maxed out range, maxed out damage, low rate of fire, low ammo. I'm going to build the M4 rifle here real quick, which is like low damage, high rate of fire, medium ammo, max range. And then you've actually got like an SMG and a shotgun loadout, which cut the range down by a bunch, the ammo down by a bit, and trade damage for rate of fire. And I think that is something that we can all kind of appreciate if you've ever played a video game where the choice of weapon determines how you play through the level. I think that the ability to swap skins and play different guns that not only look different and aren't just like, you know, a different, you know, setting or a switch that you flip on the main body here, but in fact change the overall look so that you can see an opponent far away with a sniper rifle and be like, oh, I should take cover, will change the dynamic flow and pace of play. Now, this is where we're going to lose some people, but hopefully we can bring them back, is that these skins, and what I can only assume is an attempt to flat pack down their product and make it as inexpensive as possible so that they can add different variability and play modes down the line. These skins are made of cardboard. It's double stacked cardboard. It's not, you know, cheap by any means. It's high quality cardboard. It's not like you're wrapping it in an Amazon box, but it is cardboard held together with 3M sticky tape. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna assemble the M4 here real quick, and then we're going to grab, I think, the most important part of this, which is somewhere in here, maybe it already came out, yeah, is this, which has our chip, and that chip is going to tell the gun that it is an M4. Let's go. All right, so we've origamied the whole set, and we have one of everything, which is pretty cool. We don't have the golden scar yet, but maybe we'll try it out later. And effectively, we've got the headbands. We haven't paired them to guns yet, but the whole system is actually pretty cool. The headbands are relatively comfortable. You can fit them. They've got this adjustable Velcro thing. I have this weird impulse where I want to pull my hair over it. That defeats the purpose of having 2 shootable areas here and in the back. The headbands really improve the experience because you can't just like hide your blaster behind a tree and have no shootable areas. As far as these go, everything is relatively self-explanatory. You've got a bright light and a low light setting. You've got a health setting for like how much health you want. You have 2 game modes. You've got Team Battle and Battle Royale. We're gonna play a quick BR with the entire staff of Aethernaut here, because we actually have enough product to do that, which should be pretty sweet. And then you have the guns themselves, which have sensors here and here, as well as in the front when you turn them on. So we'll set this to Battle Royale. Powers up to life. The lighting on the product is actually pretty good. The audio is sweet. There's actually vents that line up on all of the skins. They have the vent for the audio. They also have vents for the eyelets for these things. And the way that the kind of lights and lasers bounce off of targets, it winds up being pretty effective. I wouldn't say like pretty realistic, because laser tag by its very nature is not an impact sport, but it's pretty close. Like, in all honesty, it's certainly the best laser tag outside of an arena I've ever played with. So the thing that impressed me the most is actually, as silly as it sounds, the skin system. The skins are remarkably cheap once you've bought into the ecosystem, because let's be real, they're a single chip and cardboard. But I'll go ahead and I'll start the game by holding the trigger down.
3, 2, 1.
This part is very exciting. There you go. All right, so we're now locked and loaded, and we'd be ready to play in a battle royale with our friends. If you fire this, the base gun, that's kind of cool. The base gun has like vibrations and sounds, but it's very basic. It's like a single shot pistol that does nothing special, and then you reload it. No full auto. Now, once you start adding the skins to the game, you get these really cool effects. And I actually, like, again, and there's no way to adequately convey this over video other than to tell you that, like, it's a lot of fun. I thought, like, cardboard skins. Luckily, the base blaster is really good. That means the game is really good. The coding is really good. Like, these people really know laser tag. Cardboard skins, maybe that's more of an afterthought. It's not. It's integral to the experience. The process of docking these in is actually pretty comfortable. You just... And then it's gonna go tick, 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 tick. And that is that's the M4 is fully installed. The vibrations carry throughout the whole shell. They're actually magnified, the lights and the sounds, by the open space created by the sort of hollow skins. And so when you're shouldering it, you feel the vibrations in the stock. You can't make that up. It's like click. And so the M4 is capable of burst fire, single fire, and then sustained full auto. But you come back here, you pull this tab, and they slide right out. It reverts back to its base pistol form. Then you have you've got the kind of advanced sci-fi pistol where you snap it in like this. It becomes the Evolver pistol, and that's just a 3-round burst. It's got very Underworld vibes to me. Over here, and some of these are, because we're getting ready to take this outside and give you a demo like that, but if you put it in the shotgun, the way that it makes, like, so the shotgun's reloading is hilarious, but real quick, it's got, you know, and they give you the readouts on each one, but the shotgun is empty, but then So it keeps track of how many shots are out of your, I guess, theoretical like shell tube, and it adjusts your reload speed accordingly. So like I said, I mean, the coding is pretty good. The SMG is the only one that like feels like it's kind of in a weird spot. The range is reduced, which won't be evident until we're like outside playing with it. Oh, the game is ending. But again, like the vibrations and sounds are pretty sweet. And then we built them all, so I can show you guys that the sniper rifle is incidentally pretty cool as well. This is the highest damage per gun and the longest range per gun. Its reload time though is atrocious. So, with that said, I'm definitely going to take the M4. I'm going to Soldier 76 this thing. We're going to throw a GoPro on. We're going to take it outside. We're going to give you our a little bit of live gameplay action. See if these things are really worth buying in to a full package so that you could play with your buddies.
You look kind of sus, Lord Bionicle. Oh, shit. I stick you. Oh no, I need.
Yes!
Health critically low?
Tell my wife I loved her.
All right, guys, so we had a blast with these, and hopefully this is polite, but we had surprisingly more fun than we thought we were going to. I mean, it's interesting diving into a new system like this, kind of starting in with quick play. Like, we were like, okay, like it's laser tag in the backyard, but it definitely, like, the combination of sounds, vibrations, and the dynamic nature of the ability to like change what your base level pistol does into a different gun entirely that quickly. It's definitely a unique feature that needs to be really like experienced to appreciate how it could affect different game types. Like if you wanted to, you could play shoddy snipes from old school Halo, where you just everybody has either a shotgun or a sniper skin, and you really take advantage of the stark dichotomy between those two loadout options. Or you could scatter skins around the battlefield in different places so that as you kind of play the game, first you have to find one, scoop up your skin, maybe throw them in like loot crates of some sort, and slap that on mid-game so that you kind of jump into it. It turns out that that rolling noise while we were playing is actually it selecting the rarity of the new gun that it's been paired into. So I was rolling a M4 in, you know, an uncommon rarity or something to that effect. Due to just how multifaceted the Swaptix sort of systems are, we just launched into a very easy to play team battle mode where everybody was on a different team. But with more systems or more skins, it'll make sense to go in and do like a formal live pairing with the headset, at which point the gun and the headset start talking to one another, and it starts telling you things like your rolling kill count. It'll tell you about your health. It'll tell you when you get kills and then how many lives you have. In the basic mode, it was really just counting down my lives from 5. Some other pleasant surprises are that the cardboard skins, the way that they're kind of built and the way that they're sort of laminated, wound up being pretty durable. Even in the rain, like I was not concerned about them. That was pretty light rain. I think heavy rain would be an issue, but I would definitely be comfortable throwing them out onto like an open sports field or something like that and running around with them trying to find the specific gun that I want to use during the game. They're definitely like, you know, not the same quality as like an ABS injection molded shell. However, The lightweight, compactable nature of them makes it really easy to take multiples with you. If you want to, you'd have to fold them down. I guess my one big critique there would be that, and this one's actually holding up really well, but on one of them, here, this is a good example. The 3M tape will like pop, and maybe you would want to go over that with like some Scotch tape or something on the outside just to shore it up a little bit. I mean, at the end of the day, they are still cardboard skins. I'm sure you could hack it by just taking the chips and putting them in there. You could build 3D printed skins for them if you wanted to. And I would be surprised if that isn't explored in the future, since the base system is so incredibly simple. It would be quite easy to architect a skin around it. And as long as, you know, it maintains that small chip system. What I'm getting at is you could probably mod these. We have no idea how many of the skins there are going to be, how many there are in the pipes. I would be surprised if there aren't video game tie-ins in the future, like I said before. But I guess just overall, if you've written off kind of backyard laser tag as a category, it's very clear that it has improved dramatically in the last few years. And the Swaptic system, which I am now, I believe, pronouncing correctly, is definitely the innovator in that space. It's certainly a more feature-rich and kind of well-rounded video game sort of tie-in. It feels like you're trying to play video game types as opposed to like, you know, your kitschy sort of off-the-shelf $30 laser tag system. This is certainly more expensive, but you're getting a lot more gameplay elements out of it. I think that like any laser tag or blaster sport for that matter, your fun will increase the more systems you have, which sounds like some sort of crazy marketing selling pitch, but like my big takeaway after playing with the 4 that we were sent is that I probably want to pick up just a few more, because I feel like 2-on-2 is cool, but like having up to 8 is when you really get into like some larger scale battles, and we can take advantage of some of the range differentials on these things and like take them to an actual arena or to the park that we play SE&C at and give them a try there, where like all of a sudden, you know, 300-foot shots are not only possible, but a real strategy that you could employ. But that's just my first look at it. I would love to do some stuff with like loot crates and some gameplay footage with them in the future. Let me know in the comment section down below if you dig them. Check out the link in the description box below if you'd like to start your own cul-de-sac battles using the Swaptix system. But that should cover it. Thanks so much for watching. Much love. Blast on. Drac out.